everyone. It's Casey Wolfington with Eagle Valley Behavioral Health, and I'm here with Dr. Harlan Austin from Howard Head and Eagle Valley Behavioral Health. One of the things that we wanted to talk about today is the fact that we're still managing COVID, and it's been a long time. And when we're managing something stressful for a long period of time, it can take our toll. So, Harlan, tell us a little bit about what you're seeing in the community, what you're seeing with the patients you're working with.
Yeah, Casey, I think the biggest thing that stands out to me is really just this sense of exhaustion. We are doing this, we've been doing this, and we're going to have to keep doing this. And as we have these resurgence, I think one of the things that folks will do is they'll focus on the fact that maybe I can't control this, and this is uncontrollable, and it's never going to stop. And that creates a sense of hopelessness. And it just is very stressful for folks. And so that stress plays out in a lot of different ways. And I think that one of the things that the folks that I work with in the community have highlighted is that they are finding themselves so focused on all of the things that have to change in their life, all the things that they can't do, all the things that aren't the way they want them to be, that they get really frustrated. And so they're a little bit faster to lose their temper. They're more tired at the end of the day because they're looking at all of these things that are, and they're real, they're negative. They're not the way we want them to be. Mm-hmm. And so I think that that's been a real challenge for a lot of the folks that I work with. And that's, really spanning from people who work in healthcare to people who are in high schools to folks who are just members of the community. So one of the big things that I try to do with those folks is I try to help them to refocus on things that they actually have some control over, to try to bring their focus back towards things that they actually like, things that are enjoyable for them, and figure out ways that they can start to build their day, build their week around things that are actually impactful in a positive way, rather than all of these things that essentially are being forced upon a lot of folks because of our response to this, that are not necessarily what we want. They're what we need to do, but not what we want. And so helping folks to realize that you can also still fill your life with things that you want to do, and actually they mean a lot more when you make it a mindful decision to say, okay, on this Saturday, I'm going to do XYZ activity that means a lot to me. So it gives them something to look forward to. And it's really important to have things that we look at that are positive rather than just looking at all the things that aren't the way we want them to be.
Absolutely. It's such a great point of being able to link our mindset and how we're performing across our lifespan. That's really important. And if somebody is struggling with that, but would love some help in trying to change their mindset, what would you recommend?
Well, I think that one of the things that we can do to help change our mindset is really to just talk with people about what's going on in our mindset. Sometimes we have ideas that are bouncing around in our head, and we're just living that like it's reality, and we're not really reality checking with anybody. And so I think having people that are close friends, confidants, just talk about what's going on, talk about what you're thinking, and then talk about what you want to do, right? So try to, in those discussions, have some venting, talk about the things that you're struggling with, but then also talk about the things you wish were different. And so through those conversations and getting a sounding board from somebody on the outside, it's easier to be able to come up with some ideas of how you can connect with those things that are meaningful, rather than just bouncing around in your head about how you don't get to do the things that are meaningful. So I think that's huge.
Excellent. Great points. Thanks so much, Harlan.